Thank you, Brian. So the question being asked is the government spraying toxic chemicals into the skies all over the world to stop global warming?
It's called geoengineering, and a growing movement of people say yes. They also say many of the illnesses you see today are a direct cause of what's happening in the sky. KMIR 6's Christina Pascucci investigates.
Could a strange substance found by a southwest Arkansas man be part of a government test? Well, that's the question at the heart of a phenomenon called chemtrails, now getting widespread attention.
Well, they say the government is dumping chemicals on us to control or manipulate the weather.
Military aircraft flying through the region is dropping chaff. And obviously, they're up there practicing. Now, they won't confirm that, but I was in the Marine Corps for many years, and I'll tell you right now, that's what it is.
People say the government is up there in airplanes spraying all kinds of chemicals.
Could be the biggest threat that we've ever experienced. Longtime Valley resident Melanie St. James says she moved to the desert from LA for the clean air. But in the fall of 2009, she noticed the desert sky looked different. The white, heavy white, long streaks started appearing in the air. I had a dry, burning respiratory system, lungs, bronchioles. Actually, my entire respiratory system's almost swelled shut.
And St. James believes that's due to chemtrails.
When you and I grew up, these contrails naturally dissipated in a few seconds or perhaps a minute max. But these things expand, they grow bigger.
So when I look up there and I think of contrails, you're telling me are chemtrails?
Yes, but a contrail would be dissipated by now.
This is of interest not just in this country, but European countries and, frankly, all over the world.
Geoengineering is a deliberate changing of our Earth's climate to fight global warming. And this is what many claim to be the source, chemtrails. It's a combination of aluminum, barium, and strontium. Some say the government is spraying in our skies. In the end, it forms a sort of cloud layer that reflects the sun's rays away from the Earth and thus cools our planet.
Well, we've seen these numbers of aluminum, barium, and strontium escalate several thousand percentage points just in the past 10 years. Those numbers were not there before the trails were there. Nobody has been able to find a source of the contamination of aluminum, barium, and strontium.
To test their theory, Michael J. Murphy and his team headed to an organic farm on Maui.
A public official on Maui, Hawaii, who got deeply concerned about this, acquired over 30 different rain tests which reveal aluminum, barium, and strontium toxicity.
Retired USDA biologist Francis Mangels says chemtrails, also known as geoengineering, are detrimental to our planet's future.
It's probably one of the biggest threats that I can see.
Mangels says soil tests have shown the actual pH of the Earth's soil has changed, making it harder for farmers to grow food. Also, Alzheimer's, which has been linked to aluminum, has skyrocketed. Here in Riverside County, Alzheimer's is up 260%.
You can't dismiss an increase like that just saying it's better reporting.
But geoengineer Ken Caldera says all this evidence towards some sort of theory is just a lot of hot air.
The chemtrails folks are looking at ordinary jet contrails and imagining some kind of nefarious government conspiracy.
I contacted Mary Bono Mack as well as Senators Dianne Feinstein and Barbara Boxer, all of whom either did not respond or refused to comment. I also spoke with the EPA and the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. Both said they knew nothing of attempts to modify the weather. However, there are federal documents that specifically mention weather modification. While there's disagreement over whether geoengineering is being used to control our weather right now, though, both sides agree it could happen in the future.
In the United States, there is no research program on geoengineering yet, although people like myself are trying to create a research program.
Geoengineers say directly modifying our weather has a much more immediate effect than switching the world to alternate energies.
A process that will take a minimum of 50 years to perhaps 300 years to convert everyone to renewable energy. Therefore, anything that might result in a quick fix to the problem would be seriously considered.
It's hugely risky. It will likely negatively impact some people, but we might find ourselves in a situation where those risks seem worth taking.
I'm Christina Pascucci for KMIR 6 News. And if you're interested in learning more about these alleged chemtrails and geoengineering, Nature's Food and Cafe in Palm Springs is selling the documentary, What in the World Are They Spraying? You can also find links for both sides of the geoengineering issue on our website, KMIR6.com. Sixth graders from Mexico